Is your child struggling with reading, writing, learning loss, and a culturally irrelevant curriculum? Do you want your child to be outstanding at reading and writing and also take pride in their culture? Then you want Reading Revolution Online. Reading Revolution Online is a web-based reading support program. We serve scholars in grades K through 8, and through our innovative approach, we help them build reading confidence and cultural identity development, equipping them for success in school and life. They learn about Black heroes and sheroes through captioned videos, reading selections, and other activities. Reading Revolution Online is an experience for the whole family. Do it for the culture. Go to readingrevolution.org and get your membership today.
Hello, good evening. Why are you laughing?
I don't know. That was a lot of energy, y'all. It was a lot of energy. Okay. That's what type of time we on today. Good energy. Okay, I'm here for it.
Welcome to Village Talks. We are Making the Middle Georgia's freshest radio show and Godcast, bringing you conversations centered around culture and community from right here in the 478 and beyond. I am your co-host, and to my left is the magnificent, so beautiful, intelligent, passionate,
Yes.
spiritual,
Yes.
consistent,
Mm-hmm.
just all around amazing co-host.
Tia, peace and blessings, good people. How y'all doing out there?
Yeah, I'm feeling good today. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. It's a great day. It's a lot going on. I know emotions and things have been running high for a lot of folks. So hopefully we can have some conversations. But definitely want to make sure we check in with our people. Want to stay grounded and centered, but also, discuss some of the things that are on folks' heart and minds today.
That's right. That's right. Well,
Yeah.
since you brought that up real quick, I'm gonna throw a little quick blurb out there real quick. And that is that we need not fall into the trap of trying to riot or feeling like we want to riot. Now is the time to organize.
Organization.
That's right. Now is not the time to riot. It is time to organize.
Yes. We definitely want to organize. Yeah, I saw a post today, and I forget the direct quote, but it was basically saying that that they don't fear our anger; they fear our organization. And so we definitely need to make sure that we channel the anger, the frustration, the hurt, and all of those things into something that is going to be beneficial for us and for future generations. So that is what I have for that.
Absolutely. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat with us already. Oh, see, Street Talk Politics is in there with. I don't know what kind of emoji that is.
I don't know.
But shout out to Street
Shout
Talk.
out to Street Talk Politics.
Shout out to Ashley Woodford,
Hey, sis.
our village sister. We have Jad Smith says, "I'm feeling great. I'm with you."
Yes. Okay, Jad.
I appreciate it. Michelle B says, "I agree."
Yes.
All right,
We on topic and on track.
No doubt.
And even if for those who might disagree, it's always good to have positive discourse. So regardless of whether you agree or disagree, we are here for it. Just make sure it's respectful and it's moving the conversation forward.
Absolutely. And if you did not know, yes, we are on the radio. We are live on the radio. If you're in the Macon Middle Georgia area at 107.9 FM, 980 AM, WDDO. If you're in the Macon Middle Georgia area, and we're also streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and all the apps. You get the Glory app live on Apple Play Store or Google Play Store, and check us out live as we are right now on the internet. So if you're on the internet, you can check us out live, join the chat, join the conversation live, put your input to what we're talking about. Or if you're just out riding, or if you just got your radio at the house, hey, just keep checking in with us. And you also can call in to join the conversation at 478-250-1444. Again, that is 478-250-1444. And we're extremely excited today with our featured guests who we've been actually wanting to have on for the entirety of us having this show.
Right.
But yeah, they're gonna come in with us and a little bit after Tia does our good news. But Apostle Rozier and Bishop Scott.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Our great drive time family.
they
They done came to the evening time. That drive home time.
they more than drive time
They
family.
are.
They are a real family. They are like, no, I ain't gonna say extended. They are the intended family.
Yes.
Yeah, we love them for real. But they are the owners of this radio station right here, and they're giving this great platform to us and to all the other shows that are on here. And they're the first and only uh, black-owned radio station in the history of Macon, Georgia, with the tower, the actual tower in Macon, Georgia. All right, so we're gonna say that before they even come on, but they'll be coming on with us in a minute. We appreciate them. But do you
Yes.
have the good news or just the news to share with us?
I have some good news, some good happenings here in Macon Middle, Georgia. So on June 12th, which is Friday, the Juneteenth wreath ceremony will be taking place. It is presented by Macon Black Culture. This ceremony will take place at 10 a.m. at Rosa Park Square in downtown Macon. Community members are invited to gather in remembrance and reflection as we honor the history, resilience, and contributions of African Americans and commemorate the significance of Juneteenth. And this is just one of the many events that'll be taking place. If you want to see a full list of events, make sure you go to Kwanzaa Cultural Access Center's website or to Macon Black Culture's Facebook page, and they'll have everything listed out for you.
Right.
This weekend, also starting from June 12th through the 14th, is the Pleasant Hill Reunion 2026, where we'll be celebrating 20 years of history, culture, and community. On Friday, June 12th, the Pleasant Hill Reunion Banquet will take place at Allen Chapel from 6 to 8 p.m. Tickets are $25, and that address of Allen Chapel is 269 Pursley Street. On Saturday, June 13th, the Pleasant Hill Reunion Community Gathering will take place at Muddy Hubbard Jones Park at 1944 2nd Avenue from 12 noon to 5 p.m. And finally, rounding out the weekend, the Pleasant Hill Reunion Worship Service will take place at Fresh Start Full Gospel Baptist Church at 1637 3rd Avenue at 11 a.m. Residents, former residents, and friends of Pleasant Hill are encouraged to attend this special weekend of fellowship, history, and celebration. And then next Wednesday, conversations with the clerk will be starting back up. So, hosted by Bibb County Superior Court Clerk Erica L. Woodford, she will be beginning the Enslaved Peoples Project as her first event on June 17th. The event will begin at 5:30 at Washington Memorial Library, located at 1180 Washington Avenue, and admission is free, and attendees will have an opportunity to learn more about the history of enslaved people here in Bibb County. And that is what's happening in Macon and Middle Georgia.
What's happening? Yeah, all right. Yes.
Yeah.
It's Juneteenth. We can get up for Juneteenth. It's always a good time.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot going on.
It's a lot going on. So make sure y'all go to all, and not just all the, we want everybody to celebrate. The parade is awesome. All the outdoor activities and fun stuff. You got to do that now. We got the fellowship. We got to do that. But there are a lot of educational events that are going on with Juneteenth, and they definitely deserve just as much attention as the celebratory stuff.
That's right.
And so, and that's how we advance and move forward. We put something in our head and we learn something. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing to come together, but what are we coming together for?
Absolutely.
So if we don't know, we just out here. We just doing stuff. Ain't got no values, no order, no nothing. So
Right.
we need to learn something.
That's
And
right.
the kids and the youth, they need to learn.
Absolutely.
For sure. So shout out to everyone in the chat. Oh, shout out to our sponsors too. Our sponsors, shout out to Roscoe Tours. For one, for anyone, if you need for all your travel needs, charter buses, mini buses, SUVs, Sprinter vans, ADA vehicles, make sure you check in with them. Roscoe Tours, ROZSCO. And that's for anybody that's doing all your youth group trips for your churches, whatever you're trying to do. You're trying to go to the Savannah, to the casino, wherever you're trying to go. Make sure that you check in with them. Also, Homeland Village Cultural Center with Mr. Abijah. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
For sure.
Brother Abijah.
With Abijah, Habersham Records. Shout out to my mama.
Shout out.
Also, in there in President's Parkway now. So going right there, Habersham Records is out there. Same number, all of that. Just make sure that you go out there and support her. And Assembly Brothers with our good brother, Big Sherm.
Big Sherm, that's right. And so thank you again to all our sponsors. Thank you to everyone in the chat. Is Kimberly Cosby Whitlow says hello family. CGE Georgia Jackson says that's my pastor and bishop. Okay. And Ashley Wolford says, hey, that's my mama. So everybody in the chat shouting out their mamas, they bishops, they pastors, and all of the good stuff. So we doing something right here. So thank y'all for checking in with us. And then we want to go ahead and move into the accountability check question, and so we can get to our special guest. So the accountability check question today is: do spiritual values have a place in community work and civic leadership, or should those spaces remain separate? Again, that accountability check question is: do spiritual values have a place in community work and civic leadership, or should those spaces remain separate? So we're going to put that in the chat. And then we want to see, LJ, do you have any thoughts on the accountability check question?
I think that's going to be a good question to ask our special guest today. I usually kind of go in on these questions. Yeah. But I'm going to be simple today. I'm going to be simple. I will say yes.
Yes.
No. I'm sorry. No, they should not remain separate. I'm sorry. Yes, I feel like they have a place.
They have a place.
I'm sorry.
They have a place. No, they should not remain separate.
Yes.
There we go.
No, they should not remain separate. That's what I'm saying.
I'm in agreement with that. And so with that, if you all have any thoughts or questions about that, feel free to chime in the chat on YouTube or Facebook, or give us a call at 478-250-1444. But without further ado, we do want to bring on the owners of WDDO, my baby's Papa and Granddaddy, Apostle Vertiz Rozier and Bishop Don Scott. Hey, how y'all doing?
Wonderful.
We are so good. How are you all?
I'm excited.
Outstanding.
We've been waiting to get y'all here at this hour on this day.
Yeah.
We're so excited about it.
Yes, we are honored to be here. Thank you all for having us.
No problem. Thank y'all for joining us. And so we want to begin. I don't know if y'all heard the accountability check question. If y'all had or wanted to share your thoughts on the accountability check, or we can get right into, what's going on with you guys.
Well, I certainly agree. I think they have their place, but not separate. I think it's much needed to balance. One balances the other and help to balance the community and the people that we deal with every day here in the community. Bishop?
I believe so, because having the two coexist sort of keeps things civil, if you will, more so than as tumultuous as it can get. Even though we may have some differences spiritually, if we come together, we should be all right. We should be able to work through whatever. So I believe that they should coexist. I do.
Okay. Thank y'all so much for that. And then we have some folks chiming in the comments. Ashley Wolford says, it does for me. Everything I do comes from the direction of God. Catco says, blessings everyone. Commissioner Brian says, hi all. Hi Commissioner. Mario Pitt says, good evening everyone. Street Talk Politics says, we feel they can have a place and should get more involved in voters education. And the good sis Kia Boo says, hey.
What's up, sister?
So yes. Okay, so LJ, did you want to start us off here with some of the questions for Bishop and Apostle?
Yeah. Just first and foremost, just kick us off with y'all's journey. Tell us a story. Tell us your story, a little bit more about you all, and how y'all got into ministry. First and foremost, because both of you say that y'all are ministers first before all the other things that y'all do. So if y'all would let us know about that, about each one of you all's journey, and how you all connected with one another.
Awesome. Well, I started in 1984. I've been preaching for 42 years. This year started at the age of 14, Church of God in Christ. Was given a great opportunity to serve there and was ordained a license at the age of 15. And been just traveling since, and later founded the New Generation Outreach Ministry. At that time, housed lots of churches, and I became the senior pastor and founder of Cathedral of Faith Family Praise Center International. So it has been an incredible journey of ministry. I've pastored that church for 32 years. I pastored 3 churches Cathedral of Faith Forsyth. I'm there at 9 o'clock. Sanders Danville at 11:30, and Sandersville at 1:30. And just seems to me that everything I do or a part of it becomes ministry to me. Yes, sir.
Wow, 42 years.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Wow.
There we go. There we go. See, I,
No.
see, I'm trying not to go dry.
No. I'm just saying.
Tia, you already know. You already see, I'm trying.
Look, Apostle had on his serious voice. And here comes LJ.
You see that? Want to be starting something, Bishop?
No. That's a blessing.
Yeah, granddaddy, Papa. All right,
42 years.
See what I'm saying? We'll get back to this. Go ahead, Bishop.
Right.
Well, for me, church all my life, just similar to Apostle. I've not preached nearly as long as Apostle has. However, I am a product of his ministry. So, and it's been I've been pastoring Lifeline for 21 years, pastoring just in general for 25. But prior to, we were in Milledgeville. But, it's just been a part of life for me at all times. It's something that I don't want to say fell into, but it was something that you couldn't run away from if you tried to. So yeah, that's my story in a nutshell.
Okay, so you all met through Apostle's leadership.
Yes, actually, yeah, that was an amazing story. Prior to Bishop's coming to our church with another guest,
Right.
yes, he would never play for another church or anything like that. And so he came the first Sunday in May in 1997, which was my anniversary was going on at that time. And he was the guest musician. And actually, I'm not the person that hired him. It was one of our elders that grabbed him. And that's how what you see, Bishop, since it's 42 years with somebody else, that all I said, all they remember is 42 years. But go ahead.
It's a blessing.
I'm not through with you, bro.
So yeah, definitely. I came as a guest musician. I was just there, and I was just doing a favor for a friend. Because as a musician in church, of course, you go through a lot of things, and especially with having played in Atlanta, I just didn't have time for the game, so I just wasn't interested in playing for a church any longer. And a friend of mine needed some assistance because they were they were guests of Apostles this particular Sunday, and they asked if I would come and I would play so that their normal musician could direct. Now, I agreed to do it, and I guess when I got there, that sounded pretty good because they were on me as soon as the service was over. They're like, "You play for anybody?" I was like, "Nah, I don't play for anybody."
They was on Bishop like, "Why don't write? Come on, we got to snatch this one
But
up."
it was an amazing feeling at the church. It just really was. And even though we were guests, the church just felt so wonderful. And from that point, they came and asked me. It was Elder Alton Hammond who came and invited me to come. And that Tuesday night, I came back for Bible study, and I've been there ever since. So yeah.
Matter of fact, 30 years.
Yes. 30 years coming up next year. It's 30 years.
Oh, wow. That is awesome. That's awesome.
Cool.
That's awesome. So what inspired you to launch WDDO? And what need did you see in Middle Georgia that wasn't being met at the time?
Wow, that actually started, this is by default, honestly. I was a radio personality on 100.5. And I started there just actually volunteering. I never got paid. I just thought about it. I never got paid. But
They owe you some back pay.
yeah, okay, all right. So, and actually, it became love for me. I enjoyed making the people smile and making the people laugh. And even at that time, Tia, Bishop Scott, I guess it wasn't time. He tried to go live with me, Facebook, when I first started, and afterward, the station went out of business. The station went out of business, and it went dark for about 2 years. And one day, the owner, Mr. West, I'll never forget him, Wes Griffith, who on 100.5, the Creek Media, he called me and says, "Would you like to be?" What did he say? "Would you like to be on the radio?" What did he say?
He asked us. if we were interested in purchasing the station.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was like, are you serious? And listen, within 48 hours, we were signing papers for an AM station. We didn't start off with an FM station. And
Mhm.
with it being an AM station, then we were not the first one.
Okay.
After we started on 107.9,
That's
which the tower is here on Vineville, the
Mhm.
transmitter. It's the first black-owned transmitted radio station in Macon, Georgia.
that's awesome.
Bishop.
So I fully remember because at 100.5 when Chief started Drive Time, it was such an impactful event. The community rallied around it so well, and it was just such a such a great catalyst for things to happen and to go forth in the area that when they went dark, I have got to say this, Juicy Jen kept Drive Time going. It's like I don't care what happened. She made sure that we celebrated birthdays. She made sure that we stayed in contact. She made sure that we just kept the camaraderie going, and the whole while we just kept trying to find a way to revitalize it, because at the time it was darkened. I think, and as a matter of fact, I think when we received the call, we were actually leaving Cathedral coming into Macon for something when we got the phone call about possibly purchasing the station, and that was it. That was where everything went from. But it was the blessing of them staying together even when we weren't on the air, so that
Yes.
when we finally had a way to get on the air, it was like no holds barred. Yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to make this happen, and we're going to make sure that we keep it going. And it's gotten even stronger since then.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Awesome. I want to just check in with the comments. So we have quite a few. Y'all getting a lot of love here in the chat.
Oh,
We appreciate that. So Joe Boo says, hello, Village fam and my family. That's right. What up, bro? Kimberly Cosby Whitlow. I'm not sure what that is. What is that emoji? I think she laughing. That's her laughing.
She always laughing. Hey, with high.
with high.
Street Talk Politics says that's the one. Kimberly Whitlow says, I love y'all. Sharon Hayes said, God bless you, Chief and Bishop. Jad is cracking up. Kimberly Whitlow says, amen. Miguel Whitlow says 21 great years at Lifeline, 2 great leaders. Absolutely. Ronaldo Scott says hello. Helen Adams says 2 great men of God unapologetically. That's correct. Kimberly also says, I'm grateful for the absence of their regular musician. Latangia Holland says hello, everybody. Hey, and then Kim is with all of the emojis. I don't know what that one doing. And then Judah McLean says blessings. Jaretta Jackson says hi, God bless you all. Kimberly says not Tia. What about LJ, sir? I think she's talking about Apostle. I don't know what I ain't getting into that.
I don't know what that means.
I ain't getting into that, Kim. I don't know what that one is. And then Darcina Reno says Apostle Rozier is phenomenal and amazing pastor. Bishop Scott is a replica of great leadership. I love them both, and Apostle will always be my pastor. And then Jada Pope says, good evening. Q Watson says, blessings all. I love you, Chief and Bishop. Yeah, so Apostle and Bishop, y'all have a lot going on. So I want to ask, what got you all to do like the type of radio that you are been doing with bringing in people like President Westbrooks with the NAACP, Commissioner Lucas with Elaine, Ask Elaine, and just some of the conversational radio shows. Like what need did you feel that was missing in making to get you all in this line of radio talk?
Well, I listening at the stations and thank God for or how God has graced us, but it seemed as though the stations or now not all the stations are great here, but the political side of truth wasn't being told. It was just, what needed to be or what someone wanted to hear. Right. And based on that's the difference between truth and facts.
Right.
And I believe it was a lot of going out, but we needed truth. We wanted to render a station, I mean, Bishop Scott still talk about it, that every person had a voice, whether you were the mayor of the city or the guy that deals with the trash or the waste.
Right.
It didn't matter with us. Everybody was super great. And even when I started Drive Time, it was simply to make people laugh, to get their minds off of the trouble of the day, live, love, and laugh.
Right.
And so just going into that, it just seemed like we needed a station that was not controlled by politics,
Right.
but by the community. Bishop,
Right. Right. It was. It
how
is.
dark is it?
It's regular light,
No,
so
I'm
it's
just saying,
regular light.
I'm
This
not
is-
near as
this-
dark as you, but you
so
like light on
This
here.
is your station.
But how will you light?
You're the owner.
This
You're
does
the,
not make any sense.
you're the owner, sir.
I mean, I got 3 lights over here, and you still lighter than me.
So this is regular.
This is clap on, clap off. We got to go ahead, Bishop.
This is regular light, sir. He is the owner, y'all. Hey, look, he did it to himself. Okay?
Go ahead, Bishop.
Listen, it's always our intention, though, to be a station that everyone can be heard. And that being, at a place where your opinion actually does matter, and it is not, what's the word I'm looking for? It is not filtered, if you will. And as you know, I love Chief, but we are not filtered.
Not even a little. Tia, I thought me and you. I see it.
We
That's
are
the
not.
difference between truth and fact.
Yeah.
But we are not filtered, and that's
Yeah.
because the filtering actually it takes away the truth that needs to be heard. And so when you
Right.
let people speak or voice their opinion in the manner in which they need to, and if you notice, especially in paying attention to Drive Time, everybody is on, everybody's listening, and everybody's opinion is welcome. And we won't argue the point. We pick our battles and whatever, but you can say what's on your heart. To say it's a place, it's a safe space, if you will, for you to actually get out what needs to come out. If there's an issue in the community, if there's a problem with your housing, things that people try to sweep under the rug, we make sure is exposed, and we make sure that it comes out. And we try to stay the course. We don't get distracted by a dollar, because some people, praise the Lord, when some money falls on the table, then all of a sudden you're distracted. Well, we don't need the money, in that particular aspect. We do it for the community, and we make sure that the community is heard, where you can't be bought. So I think that's the difference, if you will. We're not for sale. Let's say that.
That's
we're not
right.
for sale.
And also, Bishop, what makes us great, I think, is because we have a Tia and a LJ,
Right.
which are ambassadors and advocates for the community that really loves this community. I don't
Right.
think it, from my heart, is just sincere about all that they do.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why
Right.
Tia had a beautiful daughter. So go ahead.
Yeah, she sure did.
Yeah,
so,
she
yeah, she sure did.
I love it, and I love the fact that they're so intentional about
Yes.
how they do it. They deal with facts, and that's where things can really grow from. It has to be the facts, and if and I love the real time fact checking. I get that, and that's what's necessary in the community, because what's missed right now is somebody that we can trust to be truthful with what's going on, not somebody that will try to sway or to convince you to do what it is they want done, rather than
Right.
what's necessary for the community. So we're at the place where even if it's not good for us, as long as it's good for the community, that's what we're about. The whole, we'll be fine, but the community needs to survive as well, and all of us, need to be on that page.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, and for everybody who might just be checking in, we know y'all have a lot of fans that follow you all and know exactly what's going on with all that y'all do. But Drive Time Morning Show is the platform that we're speaking of. We talk about their particular radio show that they have comes on every morning. Tuesday through Friday mostly. They Apostle and Bill, they'll pop up on you too on every night on a Saturday or Monday. They'll just pop up sometimes. But from 7 o'clock to 8:30, and sometimes it goes longer than 8:30. They might just stand at the 10 o'clock because they're the owners and they can do that, right? But anyway, but yeah, you got to check out Drive Time Morning Show. To all our Village Talks listeners, if y'all enjoy Village Talks, you definitely got to check in the morning right here on WDDO every single morning for Drive Time Morning. So it's an amazing show.
Thank you.
And y'all have some real conversations. I mean, sometimes you hear some stuff that you wouldn't think that you would hear on the gospel station, but it's all respectful, right? But I just sometimes I don't understand it, but it works. It works.
You understand it. You understand.
I know. Sometimes I don't.
It works,
But-
and I think that it'll also, if you having a bad day or you wanna have a great day, that will give you some good energy and switch that around for you, or at least put you in a place where you can move into a good day. So.
Right. And they're not gonna tell y'all everything. So I got to say this too before I ask the next question. There are some amazing people. Like they are real life walking angels. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Oh, yeah.
People that really know them, we're not just saying this for us, but just speaking for myself and Tia also can attest. Like there are some great people
With great hearts.
with amazing hearts, and they do a lot. Now these are real businessmen. Now they are also the owners of Roscoe Tours. They do a lot of other stuff. I can't put all their business out there, but they got some different business ventures out there. So they're not just, I mean, I don't even know if they even, I mean, I know they pastors and stuff and people don't. I definitely think they give more out than they take in on that. I mean, it's no doubt. I know they do. And so they're just a blessing. They're a walking testament. So if we had more people like them, man, like our community as Black folks, the Black community we wouldn't have the issues we have now. We had a bishop and an apostle in every community, just giving back, and utilizing the church for, foundation of what it's supposed to represent. And with that, I'm going to ask you all the question of what responsibility, if any, do you all feel that the church has in addressing issues such as poverty, violence, education, housing, and economic opportunity?
Actually, I think the church has everything to do with it because everything that you listed is biblical, according to the Word of God. And I also feel that a lot of our impact of our community, and I know a lot of people are not going to agree with me on this, but the division of our community does not start in the street, it starts in the church. And the reason I say it starts in the church because there's always a pastor or a leader that have people to join us and say, well, don't fool with her, or don't you deal with her, or but you're teaching division, you're teaching separation. You cannot teach separation and unity in the same voice. Right. And I think that's what's spilled in the pulpit tends to spill in the street. You can't plant something and then when it grows, you can't handle the harvest of it. And I think sometimes a lot of things are planted through the church, and when it grows, the harvest of it overwhelms us, and we cannot handle it. But all of these devices, all of these things should be addressed and started through ministry. Bishop,
I completely agree, and it's necessary that the church actually put things in place to address these areas or instruct people in these areas so that they can, be better versed in them so that they won't be caught by surprise. Because at the end of the day, and honestly speaking, a lot of the church is under scrutiny, if you will, on how they handle things first. And it's, then later on spoken or made a spectacle of as to how they dealt with it, how they didn't deal with it. And I believe a lot of that comes from the pulpit and the processes that the churches have in place to make sure that the people are successful in life. And that's what we do. We are here to help you live successfully. And in order to do that, we have to address each of those areas, and we have to make sure that things are in place for each of those areas so that we can show and instruct on how to be successful in each of those areas.
No, and like how y'all navigate that, right? I mean, because it's not easy, with y'all been business owners, apostle. I seen it. I he actually does pastor 3 churches, every Sunday, and you all do a lot, and there's a lot that it takes to do that. And so, how do y'all stay grounded spiritually while navigating these difficult issues and even the criticism or disagreement that you might have?
Well, one thing Jesus said that I carry with me every day of my life. He says that the servant is no greater than the master. And I never feel that I'm greater even than the people that I pastor. I'm not greater than them. Even the people that's on this station, I feel that we all can win. And because I feel that way, it allows me to serve. I'm a natural servant in all that I do. I want to serve people. I want to help them. I want to, just give. And because I find out that the mythology of the method is that if you want to go high, stay humble. And if you ever lose the spirit of humility, it brings in another spirit of pride. And when pride gets in, it get arrogant, and then all the things come with it.
Right.
And so, all my whole, and Bishop Scott knows this, and all those that are listening, is to serve. That's all I know to do. I wake up serving. I go to bed serving. That's who I am, Bishop.
We have an amazing set of people. Our churches are amazing, and everybody has different gifts. Everybody has different callings. And one thing I can honestly say that Chief teaches or encourages us to do is to encourage everybody to utilize their gift. And if you are a counselor, then I don't jump in counseling. That's what you are skilled in doing. And so we have a platform, and we allow that platform to be used for you to be able to exercise your gift. If you're an attorney, then I don't jump in trying to be a lawyer, then we make the platform available for you to be the attorney. If you are a doctor, I don't try to, get in and give any diagnoses. We make the platform available for you to be able to do whatever you need to do. Right. And if you realize that's all Chief has done in extending drive time, even the radio station, is to a place where the platform is open for the community to be able to do what it needs to do. And that's how we really navigate through it, because we recognize who we are and what we can do, but we also recognize who you are and what you can do. And we push you to be great. And then we all work together so that we can do what we need to do as a community, as a team, and we're stronger together. So that's how we work it. That's how we navigate through it to make sure that we do it right.
That's right.
Outstanding.
Y'all giving some real good information, some feedback. The chat is on fire. And amens and hallelujahs and teach bishops and amen chiefs up and down through the timeline. So we thank y'all so much for commenting and sharing your thoughts on, and we appreciate Bishop and Apostle for coming in. And I want to give a special huge thank you to engineer Tony, because without Tony, there would be no Village Talks on WDDO. I remember he called, that was 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, when Tony called us up and was like, I got my apostle on the line, and he want to hear, some of the things that, that are concerning y'all in the community. And me and Apostle were probably on the phone for about 30 minutes to an hour. And I was just kind of just pouring my heart to him with all of my concerns about everything that was happening in Macon. And he was like, I want to, have you all on the radio. And from there, it spilled over into a regular Wednesday broadcast of Village Talks. And so it's when Apostle and Bishop say that they, are servants, and they are giving people platforms to share and to build community here. I just want to say,
look here, man.
Yes.
Look here.
Yes. Thank you, Tony. You just saved your pastor. Thank you so much. Jesus, hallelujah. Put it in your mouth, man. Put it in your mouth, man.
Apostle, are your glasses recording right now?
I know, right?
Hey, hold on, Tony. Apostle's glasses recording, right? I thought we only had 4 cameras. I think we have 5.
Y'all play too much.
On the radio, I'm sorry, y'all.
There's a whole lot of jokes here. There's a whole lot of jokes in here.
But with that, I'm going to say Macon is often described as a city with tremendous potential. So what do you all believe is preventing us from fully realizing that potential, and what concerns you most about the current direction of our community?
Oh man, that can go so many ways. So I'm gonna take it this way, and Bishop come from there. Is that when we realize that we honor the senior's voice, but they also have to honor the new age voice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that when we appreciate each other's voice, the Bible says he chose the old because they know the way. He chose the young because they're strong. And I think that once our seasoned people realize that we're not here to take your strength, we're here to be your strength.
Right.
You know, and as we be your strength, navigate us, mentor us, talk to us, tell us what we need to do, not behind our back, push us down, or
Right.
discredit us. I think that's one of the issues that I feel that would help enhance, because everybody can win. Everybody can win in this whole matter that we're in. Bishop.
I completely agree. At the end of the day, if we were to not be jealous of the next man, but encourage each person to be great in their own gift while recognizing that we too are great in ours, we could do so much better. We really could do so much better. It's difficult for the new generation that's coming through to get into where they need to be, because in a sense, as they call us, some of the old heads are sitting in the place doing or gatekeeping. Well, it's important that we open the gates and train, but while the new generation is coming through, they should also be open to the training from the older generation, so that cohesively, like Chief said, we can work together and get to where we need to be, because each one can teach one and help us, to get to where we need to be. That's my take on it. But yeah, it's a lot. We can do a lot more that can happen, and it can be a whole lot greater if we actually support each other in that.
Right. Do you feel like, just to speak, because you all deal with this on Drive Time a lot. We talk about transparency. Do you all feel like making, like, the citizens are making or getting the transparency that we need to move forward in the way that we should, from elected leaders or quote unquote community leaders?
Well, I think that when we adapt one face, I think that's one of the issues, is that whoever you are or whatever you say one time, keep that same voice or keep that same face regardless of who is around. I think that we have too many faces that will say one thing and then another meeting we'll say something different.
Right.
If we keep the same face, that's one of my sayings. I got one face. Everybody knows that about me. I'm the same all the time. And so I think once the one face start, it creates great unity and power. This is such a beautiful city, such a powerful city, and it's such a historical city, so it's just so many. That's the way I see it, Bishop.
I completely concur with what Apostle just said. It is so vital that we remain consistent in our conversation. Conversations change from one table to the next. You don't know if you're with me or not, depending on what you say. That's why it's very important that we are very forthright with what we're saying. If you notice how Apostle and I deal, we are very forthright. If you don't want to know the truth, do not ask us. And once we say we're going to stand we're going to stand on what we say, because I said what I said, and I'm not afraid to repeat what I said because I said it, and I don't need you to tell anybody for me. I'm going to say it. But if everybody were consistently that same person, then it would be different. You don't need to wonder about what I said about you, because trust me, I've already told you. That's sort of
true.
Y'all don't play.
That's how if we operate like that, then you know exactly where we are. And I would prefer you be honest with me. If you don't like me, just tell me you don't like me, and I won't be trying to get you to, to do something outside. And instead of telling me that you like me and then behind my back tear me down, just let's be clear on whatever. And if you don't like me, then there may be something that there's a misunderstanding about me that you have, and we can straighten that out if given the opportunity. But you have to be willing and open to a conversation, and not a one-sided conversation. The conversation as to where I don't just listen to respond, but I listen to understand. When we get to that particular point, then we can do some stuff.
And it's okay to be oil and vinegar. It's okay, because they both are good on one salad. Think about it.
Say vinaigrette.
Right.
And you vinegar.
Yeah, you shut up.
That's what that smell is.
See, this is the great thing about the show and about the station. people get offended too quickly instead of saying,
Right.
"Hey, let me understand what you're saying. Let me
Right.
hear it. Let me hear you. Let me, oh, no. Let's. At the end of the day, we all might be saying the same thing.
Right.
Just we know that the LJ has to use crayon and you have to use an ink pen.
Now listen, I mean, LJ, I love you dearly, but me and a coworker were having a conversation earlier, and we both said you are very blessed to have Tia because we don't know what you would do without her. We really don't. I mean,
Yeah,
we love you.
You ain't saying nothing new. I didn't know this. Like,
I even think he bathed more because of you. I'm just saying. I don't know. I mean,
Tony.
I've seen some changes. hey, LJ, I got a picture. You be careful.
Hey, listen, we're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave that alone.
Great show here today, Bishop. Great show.
Hey.
Y'all, I would just say I appreciate you all's honesty and transparency. And I think one of the things that I kind of just want to add on to what you're saying, because I think it's important to be who you are at all times. And it's also important to, to be okay with changing your stance on something when given new information. When you hear something that maybe didn't fit into whatever narrative you were feeding into before, it's okay to say, you know what? I was wrong. Ooh, I got some good information that I didn't have previously.
I love it.
And now I'm going to pivot where I was previously based on this new information. And I think that part also, a lot of people kind of feel like shame or like, because I'm supposed to be this know-it-all. And I think that's where you talk about like that pride and that arrogance comes in. Where people don't, where you lose that humility and that humbleness and saying, it's okay for me not to know everything. It's okay for me to gather some new information and change, my viewpoint. So,
and one of my saying is in my church is you have to unlearn to learn.
Right.
And I'm
forever learning.
Right. So cool.
Right.
Always teach me something. I want to learn something new every day. I do.
That's right.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn right now. Like, is your hat on top of the headphones?
See what I'm saying? See, I knew this was going to happen.
Or the headphones on top of the hat.
I knew this was going to happen. See, I'm trying.
I can't tell.
See, Tia, I'm trying not to pull out the C cup training. Let's move on. Stand. All right. Great show here today.
If y'all don't know, this is the conversation 100% of the time off air. This is how conversations go.
Off air.
Yeah.
So,
I can literally call him at 7 o'clock in the morning. This is how the conversation goes. LJ.
He always talking crazy.
I specifically said, "Are you sure you want us on the show?"
That's why Bishop chose not to come in the room here. On top of the vinegar smell, but it's okay. It's okay.
We love him. He actually believes he's a size 36 in the waist, but that's a whole nother show. Yeah, that's fine.
But on the serious too.
Yes, sir.
On the serious too.
Always.
No, I can say. But yeah, y'all. I'm on the serious tip. No, I know you all do a lot with the seniors. And I think it's amazing what you all do.
Awesome what y'all do with the seniors.
Yeah, like, and every Friday y'all do a trip. Can y'all talk about some of the trips that y'all go on, and what are some of what are like some top highlights or memories that y'all have from some of the trips that y'all take? Can y'all just talk about what y'all do with the seniors and the trips?
Oh my God, Chief.
I don't start on that. We love the seniors.
Yes, we do.
Bishop took care of his parents until the Lord took him home. But my mother would be 80 years old. My grandmother would be 98 years old. And I have a heart for seniors. Right. And so when we came into this community and I went to Bishop, I said, listen, Bishop, I want to start doing something for the seniors every first Friday. And we didn't know it was going to be this big. We went from 30 seniors to 150, from a small bus load to 3 bus loads. And just to see the smile on their face. Right. We don't really, reason many television people have called and said, we want to interview you. I don't want that. I didn't want that. The reason I did not want that, because when you're doing things from your heart, It don't have to be seen.
Right.
No, nobody
Right.
has to know about it.
Right.
And so to take those seniors, man, we took them to the mansion to eat. We take them to South. We take them to South Carolina. We take them to the farms. We take them to the markets. It's just so. Matter of fact, next year we're taking them on a cruise. And so and then by that time, I know LJ will be a senior, has an AARP card, he can go.
Absolutely.
Bishop, what's your yeah? Just saying, dude. I mean, come on.
It's all right.
Listen, I did have the pleasure of taking care of my parents. For 5 years straight, I was able to drive home every week. Me and my sister split the week. She did half the week, I did the other half. For 5 weeks straight to take care of my parents, and it was a joy of my life. My biggest goal was to make sure that their quality of life was just as good as the quality of life that they gave me, and it was just a blessing to be able to do that. And what I love mostly, both Chief and I, about dealing with seniors is the fact that when they get out and they go somewhere, our desire is that they live, that they enjoy
Right.
themselves, that they have fun. If you've ever come on the trip, just like you see Chief messing with LJ now, he messes with every one of the seniors just like that from the time they get on the bus until the time they get off.
Oh, they get him though.
They
They get him
Put it right
bad.
back, huh?
They keep saying to him,
Tear me
why
apart.
do you do me like this? Why you do me like this? But they keep coming back. They keep going at him. And I just sit back and, I just pass the tissue, have the Band-Aids because they go at each other the whole
You
time.
say you got the first aid kit ready.
That's all I can do. But
I think my
it's-
most exciting thing is when I think it's an emergency and we got to stop the bus, and I think maybe they got to use bathroom and it's a smoke break. But anyway,
They still out here living life. See, you still out here living life.
I'm talking about
look at that
living.
marijuana smell.
They are listen. They are living life, and I'm talking about out loud. I love it, and we love the fact that we can just give an opportunity for them to come. Once again, every first Friday, we leave from here. First Friday mornings, wherever we go. This past week we had a senior yard sale.
Yeah.
And it was fun. We had a
So much
good
fun.
time. The community came out. We had fun. It's just fun being with them. It's just a blessing to be with them. We
We go
love
to the
them.
Legacy next Friday, first Friday.
Friday.
in
And-
July.
And let's be clear, they are the teenage senior citizens.
Yeah, that's
Oh
what we
yeah,
said.
that's
Get
what
their
Dr.
name right.
Bruno said. They treat us like royalty. I look for each Friday of every month. We are called teenage seniors.
Seniors.
We are
That's how they living too, boy.
I know, right?
That is
Hey,
exactly
look, I'll tell you, check on your grandmama and your mama now. I'm telling you. When they be on these bus trips, I'm telling you.
And we only listen. We wherever we go, we went all the way to South Carolina. We only charge them $10.
Oh, that's
Right.
awesome.
I don't care
Right.
where we go. That's all
Right.
they pay. Because I don't want anybody to
Right.
feel like we're robbing your family or your
Right.
grandma.
Exactly.
These are,
Oh, no,
these
not
are
at all.
people, mom and grandma and
Exactly.
grandma.
Right.
You know, these are some of the people that served as waitresses on Noah's Ark. So we have to
Right.
handle them with much care.
Right. Drew Barnes
you say,
says
right?
nobody parties like seniors.
Nobody
Nah,
parties.
don't nobody party like. And I
Y'all
think
didn't
that's-
catch what he said. Did y'all catch what he said?
I
Nah,
did.
what he
Shut up.
said. She talking about what he said.
See, I mean,
I know y'all didn't catch what he said. I know y'all didn't catch what he said.
I'm gonna play the show back. I'm gonna see. Then I was like,
He said something about somebody being a waitress
Yeah,
on
I'm
Noah's
sorry.
Ark.
Move on, man. Come on, yeah, let's go towards.
That's what he said.
Yeah. But you are bringing you. But the fact is that you are bring so much grace
Right,
to this station.
right.
So much, and I really mean that. So much grace and love and compassion.
Mhm.
I sometimes when I first met LJ and you, and man, like you said, me and you talked on the phone for about 35 minutes, and I felt your passion, and what I love most is that even in your dialogue with me, you never made it about you.
Right.
You never made it about you.
Because it's not about you.
Yeah, and that was just, I knew at that moment what needed to happen, and then I met I guess he's, I don't know what he is, but the guy that him,
So,
but
Sir,
then I
sir.
met him and he was such a phenomenal, educated, and when he came and spoke with us, he didn't just come talking. He had facts.
Right.
He was on it. He knew statistics. He I mean, he was, just an educated, smart, walking, dark-skinned young man. And I just fell in love with it. Right? Bishop, take us away.
LJ, I'm on the other end of that spectrum, so I feel you.
It's okay. It's okay. How much do those hats go for? You don't sell?
Hey, you get it from the dump over there over Pine. What's that place you go in there? You buy a lot of stuff.
But the golf club?
No,
I say that like on the top of the bag of golf clubs.
No, it's right. There's one right here at the corner of my Montpelier. I call him the dump.
Oh, that's where you got that from?
No, I think he got the cool boy.
Y'all playing.
I know, right?
Y'all playing.
But those are signature hats, though. What you want me seriously?
That personality, yeah.
So I mean, tell folks now, what made you start wearing those hats?
This has to do with when I got bit by a tick. I got alpha-gal syndrome. I was sick. I was very sick. And Bishop tell you, we would go out to eat and I would get so sick. I went from 260 pounds to 153 pounds. The Lord touched my body. We found out what it was. We were going everywhere trying to figure out what was wrong with me. Went to one doctor and diagnosed that I had alpha-gal syndrome. And from that, I began to give me IVs to get my strength back and proteins in my body. But this is a covering that I covenant with God concerning my healing. And I go nowhere without my head covered ever since. And ever since then, the Lord's given me my strength back. I went from a 40 waist down to 28, to 27. Thank God I'm back up to 32, 34. So almost as big as, well, anyway, but that's the
32, 34 in the head.
Yeah.
It's all right.
I'm gonna send it over to Bishop. Do you have any closing thoughts for the people?
The show is over.
We got about 2 minutes left.
Wait. An hour already.
It flies.
That's what you just want to crack.
That's
what happens.
Flies by. We ain't the only
one. I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, I do not have the magic button.
Hold us over a couple of minutes, Tony. Hold us over.
If you do it, you're going to have to do it every week. So don't, you better not.
I'm out of here, buddy. Got to go. See you later.
Roll it. Keep it rolling. Roll it. Thank you all for having us here. We appreciate you just for giving us the opportunity to be on your show and your time. And I just say to the city, listen, we are stronger together. Let's just grow together. Let's get past differences. Let's listen to understand, not just to respond. Let's get past differences so that we can grow together and do what's necessary to make this community the wonderful and amazing community that it already is.
Yes, I just believe that when you get on this show, that they are building you to make you better, and you can be better after being bitter. And I think this is an hour where Macon can be better after being bitter.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate that, sir. Appreciate that. What about you?
I just want to say thank you so much to Apostle and Bishop for just this platform, for your joy, for your spirit, for the love that you give, and for just the opportunities that you give to everybody to just come as they are, in just the most beautiful way. So thank you so much. We appreciate Tony, the engineer. He's always on point. We appreciate everybody for joining us and listening in. LJ.
Yeah. This is an amazing show. We appreciate y'all for the platform and what you're doing. Like they always say, they are not black face. They are black owned. Okay, right. So WDDO is black owned, not black face. So we appreciate y'all for being black owned to the bone.
Right.
Wow! Did you write that?
Blackity black.
Because I didn't see it. I didn't see it in the notes.
It came off the top of the dome.
Top of the dome, right?
Dome.
We appreciate y'all.
Peace and blessings, y'all.
Thank you so much.